My friends, what's going on everyone? My name is Kai, welcome to the channel. Consider subscribing, it helps the channel grow. So, my friends, welcome to another episode of Video Game Memories. In this show, I'm going to be talking about my favorite and worst memories growing up as a gamer in the 90s and beyond. My friends, I have a great episode to tell you about today. Today we're going to be talking about King Kong 2 Megaton Punch for the Nintendo Famicom. Now, I know that you guys have probably never heard of this game. It is a Japanese only game, but it is very, very cool, and I would like to take a moment to maybe introduce you guys to this. So, my friends, let me tell you a story. The very first time I ever went to Japan, I had been fascinated with Japanese video game culture for many, many years, you know? I studied it on YouTube for years before I went, and there were several games that I was looking for, not necessarily to play them, but just to own them and have them in my collection, because they were culturally significant. And one of those games that I really wanted to pick up was a game called Takeshi's Challenge. Now, if you've never heard of this game, I'll put some links below on some retrospectives of this game. It is absolutely wild, and we will be talking about it in the future. But the main point was, I picked up this game, and it was the only Famicom game I had, and the next time I was at the video game store, I saw this really cool device. This is a Pocket Boy. So what it is it's a portable Famicom, but you can also hook it up to a TV. It has AV cables and everything like that. So it's just a portable Famicom, and it was much cheaper than straight up buying a Famicom, you know? So I decided, you know what? I think it was like 60 bucks or something like that. I was like, I would really like to actually try and play this game, so I'm gonna pick this up. And when I picked it up, I decided to get myself an extra game, right? Because I knew this game was hot garbage, right? So I wanted to experience it, but I didn't necessarily want to just play that. It's not a very good game. So the game that I picked up with it was King Kong Megaton Punch. I saw this box art. I thought it was very cool. I took a look at the back. It looked kind of neat, you know. So I picked this up with it, and oh boy, am I glad that I did. This game is awesome. First of all, it's a Konami game, so you know that there's some really good quality there. This is a movie tie-in game, kind of, to the second King Kong movie. Very strange, very strange. Doesn't have too much to do with the movie. In this game, basically, there's 8 different levels. Kind of think of it maybe like a Legend of Zelda kind of adventure. There's 8 different levels. There's enemies to defeat in all the levels, and at the end of each level, there's a big maze that you have to go through, and then collect a key. Once you've collected all 8 keys, you can open the final boss door and defeat the boss. The boss in this game is pretty hilarious. It's just like 15 golems or something like that. It's pretty outlandish. It's pretty outlandish. But my big memory with this game was now I had my portable Famicom, and I had my game, and I got these games in Osaka. When I was on my first trip in Japan, I went to Osaka for a week, and I was staying at like this men's capsule hotel, and I was pretty nervous, you know. It was my very first time in Japan. It was my very first trip ever after getting sober, so I was kind of nervous. And I remember I'll leave the link for the hotel that I stayed in the description if you guys are interested to see like the photos of what it looked like and stuff. But they had this common room, right? They had this common room, and everybody could hang out there. There was an old school TV. It was really nice. And I remember one night, I was too exhausted from my adventures at that point. Up to this point in the trip, I hadn't just taken a night for myself to relax. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to use the nice spa that they have downstairs, and then I'm gonna come up to the common room, and I'm just gonna play my new video game for a little while. And I remember I sat up there for like several hours, and it was also the very first time I ever tried cup noodle. There was a little vending machine area, and I got food and everything. And I remember just sitting there playing this Famicom game, and it's so special to me because it was a time where I was like all nervous. I was all like, oh shoot, like, you know, it was my very first trip ever since I got sober, so I was still pretty nervous about everything. But I had such a wonderful time playing the game. And I remember too, I was sitting there, and then all of a sudden this cockroach, like the window for the hostel was open or something, and this cockroach flew into the room, and it landed like 5 feet in front of me. But this thing was gigantic. This thing must have been, you know, 2 or 3 inches long. It was the biggest bug that I've ever seen before. And I remember looking at it like I was playing my video game kind of thing, and I remember looking up at it and being like, the fuck? You know? I look around, I look at like the other people, nobody seems to care at all, and I was freaked out about it, right? Because at this point, I hadn't gotten used to the cockroaches in Japan. And what I did was I took my pack of cigarettes and I put it beside the cockroach, and they were the same length. Oh god, it was gross. I went to bed after that, you know? But guys, this game, King Kong Megaton Punch, it's got great graphics for a Famicom game. It's a really simple game. Basically, you have a punch, you can throw rocks, and yeah, you just navigate a stage. There's lots of buildings and stuff that you have to jump on to kind of crush, and it will expose secret walkways that you have to go through. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a maze game. It's definitely a maze game. This is definitely a game that you want to look up the map of it, because a lot of the entrances are hidden, and you can get, let's say you're in level 1, you can get a warp that will take you to level 7, you know? So you gotta play this game with a map. Definitely a guide game, but a lot of fun. I've actually never beaten this game. I've tried to do this on stream before. I will link in the description my past streams of this game. But the final level in this game is such a maze that I just never was able to get through it. So maybe one day we will try and beat this game again on stream. Hopefully I'll be able to do it, but I don't know. It gets pretty darn hard. But for a Konami game, guys, I gotta say, if you are new to collecting for the Famicom, this isn't a very expensive game. I have it in the box, and it's worth about 50 bucks. I think you can pick up just a loose copy of it for maybe $10. You know, it's not a very, very expensive game. I would definitely recommend it. Try it out. I think you'll love it. And yeah, that's my favorite memory from this game. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Okay, merch plug time, my friends. I don't know if you know this, if you're new to the channel, but I am going to be biking across Japan for charity almost in a year. In April of 2026, I'm going to Japan. I'm going to be biking across the country for charity. I want to raise awareness for men's health. If you want to be a part of that, please consider buying yourself some merch. Anything that I make going forward all the way until my trip from my YouTube channel and my merch company will be put into a box. Actually, it's being put into this box right here. If you want to support the channel, consider buying some merch or signing up for a membership. That would be awesome. I will be saving everything. Then I will buy a bike, and I will bike across Japan, and when we're done the bike ride, I'm going to sell the bike, and we're going to donate all the money made from the sale of the bike to the men's shelter that is in my town. Guys, if you want to be a part of that, consider supporting me. Guys, thank you so much. I really like to make these videos. I hope that you enjoy them. This is a real great exercise for me. If you're new to the channel, I have really bad memory issues. I am a recovering alcoholic, and I have some pretty severe memory issues, and I think that this series that I'm doing here will really help me kind of gain my memories back. Thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!
Thank you for watching そばリビング